went into action. And
Good.
what we did, we started to close our borders where
Good.
people are not allowed in from a lot of the hotspots around the world. And we
Good.
started to basically let people outside of Jamaica know that we'll be closing the borders so that they should hurry and get home as soon as possible. Also, when they came from these hotspots, they were given 14 days where they had to be quarantined
Right.
at their place of.
Right. Mm. Mm. No. I think we lost. You're back. Okay, I think we lost you for a second. All right. Yeah, I think we lost you for a second.
Okay, I'm back. I'm back now.
Yeah, no,
Good.
you're fine. You're fine. But I love that they
Yeah.
were proactive. It sounds like they're following the same measures that are being followed here as well. What I like and what I saw, we had a lot of pictures here and video of Cuba coming in to help.
Yes. About 70 Cuban medical professionals came into Jamaica to assist us. They are quarantined for 14 days
Okay.
because they are coming from another country that has had the coronavirus, so they can't start working immediately. So they're in quarantine for the next 14 days, after which they'll get into the medical system and start helping our local medical field.
I love the fact that they quarantine them. You know what I mean? That they actually made them wait and not just they saw self and just let them. Yeah,
That's
because
correct.
that's a safe.
Correct.
Yeah, that's a safe way to do it. So to date, do you know how much cases are in Jamaica?
Well, we have 26 confirmed cases.
Okay.
And we have one death, and that came out of Mandeville, where an individual who had just come back from New York in his late 70s, but he had some underlying conditions, such as hypertension and diabetes. So that sort of assisted in the whole situation. So it's one confirmed death, but 29 cases. Of the cases that we have had, all are recuperating properly in quarantine and in isolation. So what the country has done now is basically set up a tracking system to find out where the first individual got in and who they were in contact with. And as a result of that, the Bull Bear area in St. Andrew was cordoned off for 14 days.
Wow.
And that won't be lifted until this Saturday, where no one is allowed in or out of the community.
Okay.
So what the government is practicing is containment so that it doesn't spread outside a proper area. Okay.
And I'm sure that everybody that is actually quarantined is getting a whole type of different help than we get here, because, you know, here in the States, everything is drugs and medication and this and that. So in a little bit, I'm going to ask you for some old time remedy secrets.
Yes.
I'm going to ask you to give us some bush remedy.
Yes.
But before we get into that, so you are telling me something about Sandals. What are they doing to help?
Well, Sandals have decided not to actually close the property.
Okay.
Though they won't be entertaining guests, and the staff will be allowed to get 40% of their salary. So they're not laying off any of the staff, but they're going to give them 40% of their monthly salary. And also, they have come together with some great individuals to purchase $20 million worth of ventilators that will be shipped to Jamaica shortly to assist with the process. So, you know, kudos has to go to the Sanders. They answered the call because the minister room one of their properties so that we can use recovery and isolation of individuals who have the COVID virus.
And that's good because all the help right now is going to make our extremely big difference. So I love that Sandals have stepped up. I know as far as, like I spoke to my aunts in Port Royal, and you know, basically everything is the same. Everyone is staying in. But for them, it's different though, because, you know, when you have the beach, you just take you off and run in the water and just let the salt just run down. You know, it's different. It's different from being here. And from what I'm understanding too, is the virus cannot survive in heat, you know?
We have heard that here in Jamaica, but we're not taking any chances.
Exactly.
And one of the things that I think the Jamaican public has understood with television and cable, they're seeing how potent that this virus is globally.
Oh, yeah.
They have seen what it has done in Italy. They have seen what it's done in Spain. They have seen what it has done in China. And a lot of people are trying to keep as much as possible off the road. And that's a good sign.
Yeah, I think that's it. I think that's important. You hear all type of stuff. You don't know what to believe. I have my own theory, but I'm going to keep it to myself because
I mean, couple of weeks ago, we heard that you couldn't get it airborne, but now the tests have proven that you can get the virus airborne. So you have to just be very careful.
Let me tell you something. City Yard going to come out now. Let me explain this thing to you. From the minute, no lie, from the minute that I heard how it was spreading in Italy, I tell you, Mr. Price, I said, no, this thing spread too fast. It has to be airborne. I always knew it was airborne. I was just waiting for them to catch up with me.
You're ahead of the game.
I was waiting for them to catch up to me because if you look at how quickly it spreads from person to person, not even the flu spread that quick. Not even the flu, you know? So it is spreading, and it's spreading very, very quickly and very, very rapidly. I know that a lot of people can't get masks and all kind of things. What does that look like in Jamaica as far as supplies?
Well, some of the corporate companies have masks, so some people are actually, I've been to the supermarket and seen a lot of people with masks on. So some people who have masks wear it. Others, they keep a social distance. You know, if you're in the supermarket, you know, you try and at least be 6 feet away from the next person, so you don't come in any close contact. So I think Jamaican people have been acting very responsible. The markets where you get fresh produce, they're open from 6 a.m. in the morning until 2 p.m. and then they're closed. So you have opportunities to go and get your products and get your food from supermarkets, but you're not allowed to stay out too long.
That's good. At least you're not shut down completely, so people can get out and do what they need to do. That's important. I know here you see the mask, right? So there was so much conflicting reports about when it came to the mask. And I think for me, what I think is the government and everybody just talked too quickly without knowing yet, you know? So you hear you can wear the mask, then you hear the mask is no good. Then you hear only the N95 mask is good.
Yes, there's a particular mask that you can use, and if you have it, it's not a problem, and it's only for people who are symptomatic. So you hear varying things, and I think people just trying to be protective wear a mask when they can.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. Now, as far for me, you know, I come from yard. So my kind of medicine is a little bit different.
Yes.
So So let me tell you what I do, right? So once I realized, I said, okay, they said it can't live in heat. And that does kind of make sense because that's why they're unable to make the right, not antibiotic, but the right shots or whatever. But if that's the case, then for me, I think it was a Bushman, and he was and he was talking about how you can inhale steam. This steam made sense to me though, because I tried it, right? The other day I got really stuffy, but it was just a cold, it wasn't anything. And I said, you know what? Let me just try. Let me see what happened. So I turned on the water, I boiled my orange skin, I put salt in it, and I literally just inhale the steam for about maybe 15 minutes. Clear.
Well, I will tell you something.
Clear.
As a youngster, I had a bad flu once, and my mother got some fever grass. Ooh. I don't know if you remember that grass. And you boil the fever grass, and you put your head over the pot, and you put a towel over it, and you take all the steam. And believe me, within 2 hours, I was uncongested. And believe me, it really works. So some of those old-time remedies actually work.
Listen, I think it worked because literally after I did it, the next day, nothing. I didn't have nothing on my chest, nothing. It was almost like nothing happened. I literally just stayed over it for the 15 minutes and inhaled it. And for me also, what I love to do, I love the ocean, right? So, Port Royal is nothing but fish. And, people make joke and say, oh, I don't know anybody that live in Port Royal. Well, whatever. When you go to the ocean, what is that? That's salt. Salt water.
Yep.
Salt water is a natural.
Yes. It clears up anything.
Oh, listen. Salt water is the same as using sanitizer and anything else. And here's the thing too, when you have salt water, and even if you go outside and you spray it, nothing can stick to the salt.
Yep. But I notice you don't call one thing. How come I don't hear you say the regular white rum? The good old white rum from Jamaica.
Listen, let me tell you something. My father, God bless him, I'm still on this earth and I'm still running around strong. If I tell Daddy, I said, Daddy, I don't feel good. Where the right rum? I have a cold. Where the right rum? I want to sleep. Where the right rum? And all cure all. They don't know anything about that.
Well, you have a glass of white rum mixed with some honey and lime, and that cures a sore throat in no time. All it has to be, the water just has to be warm, and you squeeze a lime into it and put a shot of white rum, and you just drink that and sip it, and believe me, you lose a sore throat in no time. Proven.
But let me not Google nothing. Listen, I know one thing is for sure. So if them said a disease can be killed by heat, white rum is a whole lot of heat going down your throat.
Oh yes, without a doubt. And what they encourage you to do is to drink a lot of warm liquids throughout the day, because the virus cannot thrive on the warm liquid.
Yeah, and the thing about it too, well, we're not even supposed to be drinking cold, because when you drink anything cold, it mixes with your stomach acids and becomes acidic, and that's how people have reflux. So our bodies are not even meant to handle the cold water and the ice water. And there's a misconception that when people are running and they're hot outside, if they drink cold water, it cools. No, that's here. Yeah.
So it's more a mental state more than
Exactly. So what else can I tell the people to do? I don't know if
No,
we have.
what?
I don't think we have lemongrass here in the U.S. I've never seen it. I will have to look for it.
Yes, I haven't seen it unless a Jamaican carries it up and puts it in the garden. Happen to sneak it past the immigration. That's the only way I think that it would survive in the United
Yeah,
States. But you have people who carry up stuff. There's also the cassava and
we get
people was
cassava.
yes, you can use cassava.
I
Garlic
plant
is also
cassava.
used a lot. Garlic is also used a lot down here. Garlic
Yeah,
and ginger. And
yeah.
Jamaica has a lot of ginger here. So, people ground that up together and blend it with some lemon and some warm water, and people will sip that also. So we have a lot of local remedies. So we have a lot of protection here in Jamaica.
I know that's why I miss home. Lord have mercy. Well, you know what I've been doing. So they say, you have to keep your immune system up. But I think once as a Jamaican, your immune system is just different
Yeah,
because we
yeah,
eat different. You know what I
yeah.
mean?
Our natural diet
Yeah.
is filled with a lot of those products, OTT apple, nice berries, star apple, all of those things filled with vitamin C. So, we have a naturally high immune system because
Yes.
we take a lot of those products and eat them.
And the other day, so I'm on the talk show here, Point of View, on the Afro TV network. I hope
I'm very much aware of it.
Watch ya? Them a talk about me home.
Oh yes, people know you.
Them know me.
Them say watch Candice.
Hey. So it's funny because the other day I introduced some of the ladies to Irish moss, and I to this day, Miss Surprise, to this day I make Irish moss.
Nice. You're a home girl. Definitely a home girl.
Yes.
The good old Irish moss.
What? My Irish moss. Macadamia porridge. Every now and then I do the Cersei tea. I don't like it.
No, not the best tasting thing, but good for you.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. Okay, so you know what? When all of this is over, you know where I'm headed, back home to just
of course.
lay in the sun. Lay in the sun. So you guys are on quarantine, but you can still go out, which is basically the same thing here. Where I am in Orlando, Florida, they decided that for the next 2 weeks that everything was going to just shut down, except for essential workers, which is your fire, your police, and what have you.
That's the same here.
Yeah, we can still go to the supermarket. We can still go to the doctor's office. So we're not like 100% locked in home.
Yeah. The only difference that we have, just this week, the Prime Minister, he has asked people over the age of 70 or 75 not to leave their houses any at all. That has been mandated because, as you know, people who are a lot older are more susceptible to the virus. So they have asked everybody over the age of 75 to keep indoors and don't leave the home.
Yeah, and then you know what too? I don't know there, but here too, our young people have to be careful because they seem to think that they are invincible, and no, they're not, because young people are getting sick as well. And not only that, they don't think about the fact that they'll go home, go out, and then bring it home.
That's correct. As a matter of fact, they had a pool party Sunday night, and a couple of people were arrested for having that pool party.
What?
So the government is getting very strict on it. Yeah, the police came and locked down and arrested people. So we're getting very strict about it because you have to be conscious not only for yourself,
exactly,
but for others. And now is not the time to be selfish.
No, it's definitely not. I say comments, and we're gonna take questions soon. I know you guys have some, probably lots of questions. How you make the white rum? How you make the moss? All of the Jamaican gems for you guys. But you wanted to tell me a story.
What was the story I
You
wanted to tell you? I
forget.
thought it was a Sandal story. I just
Oh,
wanted
that's
to tell
okay.
you, people are really taking this serious.
Yeah.
Even the government and the opposition, they're formed a bipartisan task
Good.
force to look at the whole COVID. So it's not about political sides. Not
Not
about
now.
whether no, not no. We're not whether you're PNP or JLP or whether you're Democrat or
Yeah.
Republican. It's about working together for the common goal so that we can ensure that people are safe. So it's really good. And I think this has really united a lot of people in the country to work together for one common goal. And that's good.
And that's what it's supposed to look like. That's what
That's
it's
right.
supposed to look like. Right now, the country needs everybody to be on board. Help your neighbors, help one another. Right now, it's not about an agenda. You know, people are
No, it's not.
dying.
No, it's not.
Yeah.
Exactly. I mean, even the Olympics, a lot of people are
I
upset
saw
that
that.
the Olympics has been postponed. But it's we have to look at the interest of people. We postponed boys and girls champs very early.
Right.
A lot of people were upset, but we have to look at the bigger picture. Sports is important, but
Yeah.
people's lives are even more important, and we have to look at that. There are no sporting events taking place. Football has been in a lockdown for the last 3 weeks, and it might be on a lockdown for a further 3 weeks because
Yeah.
we really want this to pass. And I don't think we have reached a curve yet. And what we are trying to do is to ensure that we don't have a very high curve to come down off. So that's why we are being very, very proactive.
Yeah, you have to, because it just takes one person and then the whole team, and it's just a straight wipeout. When they said they were going to go ahead and postpone the Olympics to next year, so that's the best thing to do, because they don't need to worry with the stress of competing and then with the stress of, am I going
Their
to get
health.
sick?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not conducive to proper preparation.
No. Not at all. And my thing is this: what are we gonna do without you saying?
Well, he just found out that he'll be having a baby girl.
I saw that.
Yeah.
I saw that. I'm happy for them. Big up Usain. I just need him to tie the knot.
I'll send him the message.
Make sure you tell him, say, Candy, say, Usain, you have to go tie the knot now. So who are you sending? Who are you guys sending? We don't have Usain no more. Who is going to run in that space for Jamaica?
Well, we have a lot of up-and-coming athletes that we're looking at. So, I always tell people Jamaica is a conveyor belt of athletes. We just have that natural twitch muscle. So we like to run fast. So there'll be another big superstar coming. We don't know who it is yet, but there are a lot waiting in the wings to take up the mantle.
Especially when you raise on yam and banana.
Yes. And the dasheen and the breadfruit. Yeah, man.
We get that here. I get that here. I make my escovitch. Yeah, man. Yes. Still do the same thing. So I'm going to go on my phone and see what the comments are, because I see it just fluttering. Let's see. Someone said lead by example, Andrew Price. So Jamaica, of course, is doing the right thing. We know that. Alyssa Rapp says white rum. Absolutely. Cool water. And she said, I just bought a plant from the flea market from a Jamaican farmer. Oh, she found fever grass.
Nice.
What?
So she have her own home remedy now.
Listen, Alyssa, make sure you save me some, because I didn't even know you can get fever grass here. But it's like you said, all they have to do is bring it back. Somebody sneak it. Yeah. You know how much.
So Alyssa, Candy's coming to get you. You know that.
Alyssa, I'm coming to get you. You know what we have here? We have every now and then I see sweet sop.
Yes.
You know how much them want for one sweet sop, them Chinese people?
I don't want to hear.
You don't want to know. You don't want to know. It's terrible. Terrible. For one sweets, for maybe I've seen it as high as a pound of sweet sop must be about like $9, $10,
Ooh.
15. You're talking about when it comes to US, that's a lot of money.
Yes. Well, you're treating it like a delicacy.
Yes. All right. So lemongrass, fever grass. My sister jumped on. She said lemongrass and fever grass is here. So, but she's in New Jersey. So Karen, I need you guys to send me some. I'm so glad you mentioned it. You see how I'm getting the hookup now, Andrew? Everyone is gonna be sending me fever grass.
Nice, nice. Them set you up well.
I'm telling you. What else would you recommend for just natural? Because I think here in the States, everything is the drug companies, but nowadays people are trying to work on their health and do things that's going to be a lot healthier, where they don't have to do all that. So the alternatives are here. They're not the same as Jamaica, of course, but we try.
Yeah, but you know, some of the basic stuff that you can get anywhere in the world, you know, I think ginger,
Yes,
garlic, you know, any citrus, you know, things high in vitamin C are always good, and this will really build up your immune system. So once you use ginger, lemon, garlic, you know, those things, you know, very good, you know. So, you know, what we do a lot of those in there. As Jamaica, you know, you can go down on the tree and pick 2 orange, and you eat 2 orange early in the morning. So a lot of vitamin C. There's also grapefruits, you know, tangerine. You know, you have so many of the citrus that are available. So you go down to the market and you can get your products, and you know, you come home and you eat them.
Yeah. I know for me, what the other day, I kind of don't want to say this out too loud, but meeting said me that I've rolled already because no, for real. Because about a month ago, about a month ago, I got very sick, very sick. And it was all here, you know, and they didn't know what it was. I didn't have the flu. And by the time I got to the hospital, they thought I was having a heart attack. My whole throat and everything just shut down. And there wasn't anything that they can give me. So what they did is they kept me overnight and gave me, just flushed me with fluid. And I ended up going home the next day. I didn't feel all that much better, but I think what really helped me is right before that happened, I started drinking garlic water a couple months ago. So with the garlic water, what I've been doing is getting a small pot of water, getting the garlic, cutting it up, and just letting it boil. And then when it boiled down, you know, garlic gets soft and mushy. So it boiled down, I put a little bit of honey and a squeeze of lemon and drink it every single morning. And
that's a good remedy.
Listen,
good remedy.
I bounce back quick.
The only thing you have missing from that is a little ginger. If you put a little ginger inside there and boil the ginger.
I didn't even think of the ginger. All I was thinking was, because I started working out and getting more health conscious the last couple of months. So I started it, but I really feel like that helped my recovery. I mean, I bounced back quick.
Good.
Yeah.
Quick. So you're probably just fighting the regular flu during the flu season.
No, I didn't have the flu.
Okay.
Because I had the flu test.
Okay. And it came back negative.
I had the flu test. It was negative. What happened is, so I started getting a sore throat. I woke up one morning and my throat felt sore. It just felt hoarse. It felt different. Then after a couple of days of that, I started to cough. And it was a very deep and heavy cough. And it wasn't a wet cough. It was dry. It was terrible. Then a couple of days after that, I started losing my voice. The voice started going. And then one day, I was on set, and I literally couldn't finish talking without gagging and gasping for air. I couldn't breathe.
Wow.
I went to the emergency room, and they tested me for flu first. They asked me, did I leave the country? They asked me about 1,000,000 times. I said, no, I did not. No, I did not. No, I did not. And so after that, I left because they let me go, because it was like one of the urgent walk-in clear here. And the doctor said he saw a spot on my lung. So that freaked me out, because I said, wait, I never had the flu. So to go from not having the flu to pneumonia, that's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
So then put me on the Z-Pack. The third day of me being on the Z-Pack, and I didn't feel like it did anything. I was driving. All of a sudden, as I'm driving, I felt like my entire throat, everything just went like this. It just got like this, and it shut. And I remember just flooring my car straight cross traffic to the emergency room where they admitted me. And they thought I was high. They didn't know what was going on. I had listen, when I say me never have so much tests,
all kind of tests,
blood tests, every test you could think of, everything came back negative. Everything, all of them came back negative. So what they did is they pumped me with fluid, and the next day they took the x-ray of my lung, and the doctor was like, there's nothing there, it's clear. So what was that? You know what I mean?
Sometimes in life, your body just tells you you need a little rest, you need a little break, you're going too hard, slow it down, you know, and that probably just sending you a little message.
That was a big message. But the garlic water helped, and that's why it's so important to take care of yourself. Now, don't wait for something to happen.
Be preventive.
Be proactive.
Yep.
So I'm gonna bring up another. I don't think it's really a myth, because when I said the Bushman with the tea thing, I said, okay, that makes sense, the steam. Now you have some people who take it to another extent. Like, people here are using blow dryer to warm them nose.
Wow.
Exactly. I think that's a little bit extreme. So I think people are so panicky now. So the minute that they hear something, they don't stop to research. They don't stop to research. They don't stop to see, is this true? Is this something that I can do? Is this healthy? For me, salt is number one.
Yep.
Salt.
There are a couple of products that you must have in your house. You need to have garlic, have lemon, have ginger, and have salt. Those are the quickest homemade remedies that you can have. Once you have those, you take it whenever you can, early in the morning, and it will help to build up your immune system and prevent a lot of things that you don't want to get.
Yeah, exactly. And that's and at this point, that's all we can do. And I know that's all. And I know that's what they're doing in Jamaica. I saw here we had a video was circling, and I don't remember which parish the lady was from, but she was complaining and saying, I mean, she was going off. She was saying, you know, how policemen just have them section off, and them can't get food, and them can't get help. And she yelling, she said, come test we. Come test we.
You know, sometimes when we are put in isolation, we can get a little uncomfortable, a little agitated. This is the era in Bull Bay that was quarantine, where we had the first confirmed case. And they have been under quarantine. What they have now done over the period of time, that they have been sending in care packages of food for the people within the community who are not able to go out and purchase food. So a lot of that has been resolved since you saw that video, and a lot of supplies of the food are getting to the people.
I did. And you know something? It hurt my heart. But you know what? The same way you have it there, you have it here. You know what I mean? People are panicking. They don't
Yeah.
know what is true and what is not. I know for me, speaking to you, I want to come home and just like you know, like what you cook for lunch, what you eat today.
Well, of course, yeah, I start off this morning with some cornmeal porridge.
See that? See that? Of
Yeah,
course.
yeah, yeah,
And I start off with the Irish Mass.
see there.
That's good. Well, it's, you know what? I'm glad to know that my little island in the sun, my sunshine, my heart, that everyone is taking care of each other, especially that, yeah, I can't be there. It's refreshing to hear that, because when you hear about a pandemic like this, you easily wonder about home. You know, you
Yeah,
wonder about the other islands, even Africa. As afraid for Africa, we have to
yeah.
continue to pray, um, and hope that the available resources can get to where it needs to go.
Yeah, you know what we have to do, and I think globally this is in every country. We have to be proactive.
Yeah.
We have to look at containment. We have to look at increased efficiency with our hygiene,
Of
ensure that we
course.
wash our hands as much as possible, and just be more careful. You know, we have to be. We're in a serious time right now, and
Yeah.
we have to start cultivating that new normal actions, things that we would take for granted in the past. We have
Yeah.
now to start taking it seriously and start doing it
Right.
on a wider scale. You know.
Right. What I started to do, because here you really can't get the hand sanitizers. I'm sure it's restocked now, but what I do is I get a bottle of water and I mix it with the salt. And when I'm going out, I spray my face and I spray my hands, because you know disease and virus can't stick to that salt. It'll go dead.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
for me, it's an extra protection. You know what I mean? And then by the time I get home, just wash everything off and keep going. But I think the salt is a big help. If you really can't get the
Definitely.
things that you need to salt, man, plain just salt, the benefits of it is out of this
Yes.
world.
That sodium does a lot.
Yeah.
And I must bring up this now, Candice, that Ray and Neville, who produced the Ray and Neville White Overproof rum, they have used their facilities to start bottling alcohol so that it
Oh,
can be transported to the various hospitals across Jamaica. So a lot of the corporate companies are really coming to the fore and assisting the
good.
country. So, you know,
Good.
they're putting that now into the health system. So it's really good
Yeah.
that these corporate companies are coming up trumps.
That's good, because everybody is pitching in. Listen, Ray and nephew can send me a shipment any day.
I can just imagine.
When you think of
Everybody, everybody,
quarantine,
everybody wants a bottle of white rum right now.
oh
Everybody in
man.
the diaspora wants a bottle of white rum right
Listen, hands up, hands down, right here.
now.
Look, I have Appleton, but Appleton is not white rum.
No, no, it's not the same thing. It's not the same thing.
No. Well, oh my gosh, I absolutely enjoyed speaking to you.
I also did, and I really hope I
Yeah.
gave a bright picture for people out there in the
Yeah.
diaspora that Jamaica, you know, so we little but we tell us, so we're gonna fight it.
Yeah, man.
We are resilient
Yeah.
type of people, so we're taking it in what we're supposed to do.
Exactly. And what I love about us is we're family and we're a community.
Yes, yes,
And
yes.
no matter what, we stick together
That's
and
right.
we help each other up. We don't tear each other down. And big up the honorable Mr. Andrew. I think he's, you know, doing a great job. I follow Mr. Prime Minister on Instagram, and all that he's doing and his quick responses are really, really what made the difference, I think, for Jamaica. I mean, everything happened so quick.
I mean, you take politics completely out of it. He
Yeah.
has provided great leadership, and you don't have to be bipartisan.
No.
You just have to look at the thing, and everybody has really come aboard and has been working well.
Yeah.
And we have to give kudos to the Minister of Health and Wellness,
Oh, yes.
Minister Christopher. He has been doing a wonderful job. He and the Chief Medical Officer, Dr. McKenzie, they have been doing a wonderful job. They are very proactive.
Good.
And we have to thank all the nurses and all the doctors that are out there, the first responders, who are actually dealing with all of the situation associated with the COVID virus.
And it's a lot to deal with. We have our we have our hands full, but together we're going to get through this. And Jamaica, my heart is there, my prayers is there. Love one more than cook food. I love some cook food now, but it's all right.
When everything clear up, you are welcome anytime. As soon as the airports are open, I'll let you know, and you can come back and enjoy some good food.
Me a come, you don't have to invite me 2 times, I know people are on this video watching and they're like, oh, I didn't know she can't talk. Me a come home, Me so come.
Good.
Well, thank you so much. Let me see if there's any questions or comments for you before we end it. I saw quite a few people that came on. I think everybody is basically talking about the same thing, the food and how we can keep ourselves healthy and encouraged. And that's what we're going to do.
Definitely.
And I make sure and I keep watching on a princess away from home,
Yes, carrying the flag and waving it high.
Listen, I wave it with honor and respect. And I big up my country every time I get.
And I want to say a big up to all the Jamaicans out there in the diaspora.
Yes.
We are trying to hold our own down here. We want you to stay up there and be safe and follow the instructions and be good.
And we will get through this. Thank you so much.
Thanks for having me, Candice. It was a pleasure being here today.
Yeah, man. We'll talk again.
All right. Take it easy.
All right. You too.